if there was a guy on this list that you would put ahead of Kirk Cousins, who would it be? Or sorry, you put Kirk Cousins ahead of on this list, who would it be?
And for the record, Kirk Cousins, 50-1 odds, plus 5,000. Ron, I know you've got a bet slip under your pillow, Ron. You're in your sock drawer. You're just holding on to it. You don't want to talk about it. I know that. But I'm sure you have a bet slip.
5,000? Yeah, I might have to go make that bet.
Yeah, those are pretty juicy odds. Who would I put him above? That's interesting. I think so he's not on the list, but Kyler Murray I'm seeing on this is plus 1,800. I would probably put him above Kyler Murray. Would I put him above Prescott is the question. I don't know how long that Dallas offense is going to be elite. I feel like that offensive line is just a little bit worse than it used to be. Ezekiel Elliott is a little bit older than he used to be. The playoff losses are mounting. The Mike McCarthy effect is in full bloom, I think, bringing that offense backward. So I do wonder sometimes if Prescott gets too much love because he's on America's team. Would he get the same amount of respect if he was on another franchise? I don't know. Nope. That's someone that I'm a little lukewarm on, and I would put Kirk Cousins right there with him.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Here's how I like to think about it. If you took that guy out of the lineup, now what does the team look like? How does the offense perform? How big's the drop-off? The bigger the drop-off, the more value that starter adds. When it comes to Kirk Cousins, just real quick, he doesn't show anything that would suggest he's going to be creating and extending plays outside the pocket or manufacturing extra yards with his legs or adding, extra value outside the confines of the play drawn up. And when you've got guys like JJ and Dalvin, both top 5 in the league at their respective positions, it almost makes it more difficult to win the MVP because of the value those guys bring to the table as well. Took Kirk Cousins out and put in even, just an above average backup like Colt McCoy, who came in for Kyler Murray last year. I think he even won a game or two. He would be able to have at least some success with these weapons, and that makes it tough to build a strong case for Kirk and the extra value he brings. So who would I put above? Yeah, I could see maybe Dak because, again, same case for Dak. He's got such a great offensive line. Cowboys have had a top 5 O-line for like a decade, it seems like. And then you got 2 great running backs, CeeDee Lamb and a couple other weapons, Dalton Schultz, you name it, good defense. I think of that list of guys that you showed, I don't think I can put him above Russell, but Kyler Murray would be another one, again, because we saw Colt McCoy come in. There wasn't that big of a drop-off in play. And then maybe Dak Prescott.
This list, I'm going to do it. I'm putting him ahead of Dak Prescott. This is why. Cooper Rush threw for 325 yards against the Minnesota Vikings. So clearly the offensive line, like you said, is great. The running backs, good, great. I mean, Ezekiel is great. Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, great. Now, they don't have Amari Cooper, so I'm putting him ahead of that. Like, he only has CeeDee Lamb. Like, that's it. So I'm putting him ahead of that. Like, Russell Wilson with what's his name, Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton. Yeah, that can be scary. We can see because he did some good things with DK Metcalf. Cortland Sutton is about the same size, so that high ball is going to be there. Jerry Jeudy is a ridiculous route runner, and we know Russell Wilson can create time in the pocket and move and make those throws. So that could be scary, but the defense for the Denver Broncos is not the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks were not good the last couple of years. We know that defensively like they were with the Legion of Boom, but they still were good. They still had Bobby Wagner. They still had Poona Ford. They still had those guys getting after it. And so when you look at that Seattle team, everybody always wondered who was the Super Bowl predicated to and who was that success? Was it the defense and that identity, or was it Russell Wilson and Marshawn Lynch? So I got to put them there. But, yeah, Herbert, Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Brady, Mahomes, and Allen. It's tough to put Kirk Cousins. Not tough. I can't put Kirk Cousins in front of them, but I definitely can put him in front of Dak. Like, I think Dak is benefiting from that line.